What's up, my friends? What's up, my foes? It's the Toad Man once again. I'm here to bring you the weekend review of MetaZoo. So, I had a very busy week. I'll be very frank. I didn't get to catch everything. I missed out on MetaZoo Monday. It's no longer, or at least this particular Monday, did not have it as a text form. It was either visual or audio, and I couldn't catch it. I couldn't listen at the time. I was busy doing other stuff. So I could not hear it, and as a result, I believe they thought that I think the mindset on that was, hey, if we do it on a different format, people are going to clip it, and then they'll be able to get more traction on it. That's actually a good idea, and I like the idea of being able to do it in a different media in order to get a bigger scope of things. Without preparation, I don't see any of the other MetaZoo uh, influencers or people who do content creators of MetaZoo talking about it, just because I think they missed it as well. Even this is a holiday weekend. It was holiday week. It was busy for everybody, so I think a lot of people missed out on that. But there was also a lot of news. They actually had a very lengthy video that showcased the play of MetaZoo, like the OP. So that looked amazing. There's prizes that are given out for people who are going to be playing the game. They're going to set up different places. They look like they're going to back it. They look like it's going to be full steam ahead. And I got to shout out the person that does like he like wears a coat, like a lab coat, and it's so incubator labs or whatever it is, but or he presents himself as a scientist, and I think he does an excellent job. He's very vocally intriguing. He's very entertaining. Out of all the people that were in that video, I think he was the one that really shines. I think the first people there was a couple kids that were like feigned excitement that were like, "Oh, it's MetaZoo." That part wasn't the greatest, and I thought that could have been worked on. But as a whole, I thought it was really good, and I really like the direction that they're going with MetaZoo as far as the play. Speaking of play, I played on the 4th of July with my good friend Flyer. We had the new decks that came out, right? On Thursday of this past week, I think it was the 3rd, the Flex decks came in. So the Flex decks are here, and they're very playable, which I played a lot of card games. Most of the decks that come out are kind of like you just get the promo and you get the pack or whatever, and you're like, yay! And they're good for like one or two plays, but they're not really competitive. These decks are actually really well put together, and they were stacked. We got 2 3 stars when we ripped the packs, the 3 packs that came with it. And it comes in a little deck box. I would say go to DPD 19's video. He just did one today. He did a good breakdown of what's included. There's a play mat. There's the deck there's actually 2 decks in each box, and you can put the 2 decks together, which we did. Put the 2 decks together. If you know how to play, then you can play to 30 points and be able to play with the 2 auras, dual auras. It works really well. The gameplay is not made by somebody who's doing a startup. These are people who are experts at making card games, and they made an expert level card game. It's not hard to get into. My daughter, who's 6 years old, about to be 7, she watched it. She was like, "Hey, I can play this." So it's it's very straightforward. It's at least right now, it's not as complex as it maybe will be in a couple of years. So it's pretty straightforward. There's no 2 games are alike. There's a lot of different strategies. There aren't a whole lot of rules. It's not overly complicated. It's a very entertaining game. I love MetaZoo, the old MetaZoo, the OG MetaZoo. It's my favorite game of all time. This is a really good game though. It's better than Pokemon, which has been dumbed down and watered down right now to the point where anybody that's an adult is like, I don't want to play this. Same thing with Lorcana. If you are enjoying Lorcana, I question, you as a game player, if you're a novice playing Lorcana, I understand, like, hey, this is an entry level game for you. Lorcana is not an expert level game, and it's not for adults of over the age of 18, in my opinion. OP, it's a good game, but it's a niche game. Dragon Ball Z is very complicated. I think this new MetaZoo is opens the door for people who are just coming into TCGs be able to pick it up real quick. People who play Lorcana can understand these rules really well because they're streamlined. People who came from Pokemon will understand it. Magic is hurt a lot of people because of the way that they are marketing to whoever, whatever. They are, basically bringing in any kind of collab that they can. So a lot of people who are into Magic are kind of disenfranchised. This is a good time for people who play Magic to jump into another card game that they might like. I think Fab players would like it if they're interested into it. I know Fab is doing great, and they don't need a new card game, another card game. But hey, if you like card games, this is a pretty cool card game. So yeah, we played it. The flex decks are out. There was there was a Collecticon. I believe Cleveland was last weekend. Just a lot of people hanging out, having a great time. And now this weekend coming up is Jersey Collecticon. I'll be there. Flyer will be there. We'll be representing MetaZoo, Pennsylvania. I know DPD is going to be there. There's going to be a whole bunch of the pros there. So I think it's really cool that we get to have our Collecticon that's close to us. I can't wait to see what happens on Monday, which is tomorrow, to see what Charlie and everyone has to talk about because yeah, we did miss last week, so that's a bummer. I love the fact that they're branching out and doing different things. I want to see what's leading up to Collecticon. I have a lot of questions because I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to bring the Jersey skateboard. I hope that that's cool. It's kosher. I know it's old zoo, but it's still MetaZoo. I'd love to bring that to get that signed because I don't think that's something that people have done is get a board signed. So I'd love to get whoever's going to be there. I don't even know what the artists are going to be there. So I would love to see who's going to be there, what's it going to entail. Is there going to be a tournament? I got to get a deck together. I know Flyer is already, he's focused. He's got his stuff together. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about coming up. I don't think there was a lot of stuff going on this past week. Again, I'm sorry I missed a lot because I've been busy. My wife is healing. She's getting a lot better. It's to the point where she can now get in and out of bed on her own. So thank God that's improving on that end. Work has been really tough for me. It's been the end of the fiscal period, so there's just a ton of work to get done. There was 90 hours of work to get done in a 40-hour week, and there was all these type of incidents. I work in Philadelphia, and there was every terrible thing that you can think that would happen has happened in this past week as far as what a person will go through. So just to give you an example of what I go through in a day, any kind of violence that you can think of that occurred this weekend in every scope of the word violence. So yeah, it was a tough week. Got through it. Looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to playing more. I played the air and earth deck. I really like the way that air works. I'm glad that I got to spoil the air card because of that, because I've been a fan of air. Love the Mothmans, all the beasties that fly are my jam. So yeah, I think that's everything. I rambled for a little bit. I'm sorry. There's not really much I got to talk about, so I just want to tell you three things, and three things that I always tell you the same things, and I hope you're listening. Be cool, do good, and be nice to each other. All right, y'all. See you in Collecticon. And you probably see me before that too. All right, y'all.